What's going on, guys? This is the board game rower, and I am back with another episode of Too Many Bones. This is, of course, Gasket versus vol'kesh, and we are moving to day 4. Had a pretty successful first 3 days, I think, and so yeah, we're going to see what happens on day 4. So let's just get into it, get started, and take a look at our encounter card. The encounter card called Wet Bar. Just some wood, some binding, some tar to seal it, maybe a sail if we're feeling fancy. Raft building is supposed to be simple and is taught early in Gearlock academies. This raft will not have passed any tests, and these rapids, sorry, I'm trying to read this with like the sun in my face. And these rapids are harsher than any academy instructor. As I sift through the broken remains, I ponder when it all went wrong. I can't afford to make the same mistakes, but I don't have time to analyze my original design. So we have 2 options. Very similar to what we had last time in terms of rewards. So the first option is take our baddie points, include a mech. So that's one option. That doesn't give us any extra things. That is a land encounter. Or something on Slaughter on the Water. We can do the baddie points, and we can include a crown. It says before battle, place 4 wreckage chips anywhere in lane 1 and 2. For this battle only, Gearlocks may spend 1 dex to remove an adjacent wreckage chip. Cool. And that gives us an extra battle point. So we're on day 4. That would mean that since it has the keyword for the crown include, that means that we include them in our calculations. So we would have a 3-point crown and then 1-point baddie, which is that chimp. And that would give us an extra training point. I kind of feel decent about that, honestly. Yeah, I think we may go for that. I think that may be actually, I feel like that may be doable. So, let's put that up here. Yep, and let's get our units. Alright, so let's do our BQ. So the first thing we're going to do is, remember we're on day 4. So we're going to take a crown. That's 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. And we'll take our monkey. So that is our battle cue right there. Then remember it said we had to put 4 of these markers in lane 1 and lane 2. So I think maybe we'll do 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. Yeah, I don't want to really close anything off. If we can get over here, then we can clear up most of those pretty quick. So let's go with that, shall we? Alright, cool. So the next thing we got to do is we're going to take our BQ and we're going to take a quick look at it. So we have, let's take a look at this downstairs. So we have a crown water wraith, 4 health, 3 initiative, 1 attack, which is not a big deal, but it does have poison 1, which is a big deal because No, it's not a big deal because, yeah, what am I thinking? Gasket is immune to that. So, and then of course, that'll be placed first. And then of course, we have our monkey. It's not that difficult except for the untargetable. So let's go ahead and get them located. All right, so I just realized I actually played through this and did not even pay attention to the mat and got the mat wrong, and then realized that it makes a huge difference potentially. So I'm going to do this battle now, even though I actually did it off camera already, and we're going to redo it. And we had the, or I'm going to redo it. Y'all didn't see it yet. So I've placed the wreckage chips, and we'll roll for where the crown's going to show up. Shows up in 5, so it's going to show up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to show up there. And then our monkey is going to go, I'll set these in just a second, into lane 2. All right, hold on a second. Let me remember, because this has changed in Undertow. All right, so this is the second marker. Normally it would go in lane 2 ranged, right? But notice both of those are covered up. So what we do is we take the same attack form as the baddie, which in this case is ranged. So we can't do lane 2 ranged. So then we check lane 3 ranged and see if it's available. And it in fact is. So he's actually going to go there, although he should have normally gone there, which is okay. That's fine. That's fine. So now let's do our initiatives. And like that. We have a 3 here and a 4 there. I'm going to roll our initiative. We also get a 4. And we got a place. I think I'm going to place here. So I can maybe get a bleed on this guy and whittle him down, and then come over here and deal with the monkey. So let's get ourselves set up. We get 5 water, and we get to slot 2 defense. That's half our defense rounded up. And yes, I think that's everything. So let's start with us. We're going to go ahead and attack the crown. Remember, we have to do the hydro for sure. We have 5 decks, so I'm going to roll 2 defense, the cut, and actually I'm going to roll 3 defense in the cut, just to see if I can maybe get a decent amount of bones, possibly. Alright, let's see what happens. Alright, so we have 2 and 1 defense. Alright, then that leaves us with this. So the cut, we're going to go ahead and definitely do that. So that's going to put a bleed die on that Wraith, Crown Water Wraith. Then we have these 2. Now remember, with the green, we have to slot it. So we're just going to go ahead and put it in the first slot because we have to use it, and then put the bone in the normal defense bone in the next slot. Then, as I said, we have to use it. So this one is going to become a 2. This goes away, and this moves over. All right, so cool. Next, the capuchin. I keep calling it capuchin. It's not a capuchin. It's the minikin. It's ranged, so it's going to obviously target us. 1 attack, 1 defense. Roll the beautiful bean footage. Double bones. So it doesn't do any damage to us, but he does put an untargetable on him. All right. Not too bad. Not too bad. We didn't use any hydro, so that's good. Yep. That is the rounds. We're going to go to round 2. So there's round 2. And again, it's going to start with us. So I'm kind of feeling like we have to roll that. I'm kind of feeling like maybe rolling again 3 defense. That's 4 decks and 1 attack, just because I keep rolling more defense. See if I can get some more bones worked up. Yeah. So here we go. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we have lots of bones. Excuse me. Which is good, sort of. So we have to slot this one. And then we have 3, and then we got 2 damage. Well, the 2 damage, I think, is going to be pretty obvious. 1, 2. Which leaves 2 more damage on the crown. So he's going to be going bye-bye soon. So that's evaluated. Or, let's see here. I do like this on Undertow. I think I've mentioned it before, but I may not have. But there's start a turn. The reference guide says start a turn, determine targets, move, pick your skills, or skills go off. Some of the skills go off. Roll dice, resolve the roll, and then we can react. So, that's a turn. Sorry, you're like move, determine target, select and roll, resolve. That's us. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put those bones here, these 3 here, right? Then I have to use this, which means these 2 both go away, and I can add a defense die, and then these 3 shift down. Okay? And of course, this goes back to here. So now our Minikin goes. He is next in the lineup. So he's going to do 1 attack and 1 defense against Gasket. And he gets 2 defense and 1 bone, which means he's still untargetable. Which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now, the only good thing about this is, remember, these dice only have 1 bone side on them. So, if that's sitting there and I hit him with a cut, at least, before I start hitting him with attack dice to take out this defense die, I've got a better chance of him not rolling that, where I can get that bleed on him. Then our crown goes. Of course, it's the baddie turn sequence, so the started turn events happen, which means he takes 1 bleed damage. Then we determine targets. We are his target. Move, if he needed to move, which he doesn't, or do the submerge or anything like that. There's no special skills. He's got poison, but it does not affect us. So now he's going to roll his dice, which is a single attack die, against us. And it is a bone. Bones don't do anything. It's a miss for him. So we are safe. And that is his turn. And that completes round 2, moving into round 3. And we'll start with us again. So, 1 bone. Sorry, yeah, one bone. Next, I think we're going to leave 1 defense die and roll 1, 2, 3 of those and an attack die. That's 5. And hopefully, if I can get 3 bones out of this, we will have our innate +2. Oh, innate +1. Here's hoping. Okay, alright, so we got 2 bones. Oh man, so close. So close. But we got a number of additional defense, and we did roll this water, which means that we do, because we have not used a skill that required us to use water, have to drop that down. And that is our turn. Now, the good thing is, I feel fairly confident that we can get our innate +1. I think we're going to get it. All right? Because this guy's going to die on this turn, and then it's just going to be the Minikin. We'll get that, so that this is going to work out primo. Okay, so, and we're probably going to need it with vol'kesh. So, we're going to go now to Dominican, who already has his defense die, which means he just rolls his attack die. 1, we'll take it. This comes off of him this turn. Alright, he's done, and then we'll do the baddie over here, the water wraith, but at the start of turn, he loses a health, which is all of his health, so he has been defeated. Excellent. So we'll put him over here, and that's the end of that turn. Okay, so what are we going to do next? We're going to go into turn 4, round 4. We're going to start from Gasket, and we're going to start with Gasket. We're going to roll Hydro as required. We're going to roll 2, and I think we're going to roll 2 and 2. No, we do need to move. So we're going to move 2, which leave us 3 decks left. There's our 3 decks. All right. So let's see what happens. We just need 1 bone. Just 1. No bones. Okay. Do lose a water. But at least we didn't. Well, if we'd got 1 bone, it would have done exactly what we wanted. Oh, man. Okay. Well, that's what happens. So the Minikin goes now. Of course, it attacks us. So it's a target, attacks us. Rolls 1 damage, so we will easily soak that up. And we'll go to round 5. Alrighty, so round 5. Well, we definitely have to roll this. That's where we start. I'm going to roll the cut. I'm going to roll 2 more defense die and 1 attack die. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And it's kind of cutting close, but we got plenty of defense, and even if we go to fatigue, we do have 1 in the power converter, and we have 1 loot that we can use, so we can heal ourselves, and then hopefully heal up the next round, and then hopefully take out the monkey. Alright, here we go. Okay, there we go. So, cut. 2 defense, 1 bone, 1 green bone. So the cut does hit, which is awesome. That's what we like. So it's going to go on him. Going to take that back to the mat. Now, we'll place 1 of these defense die, not that it really matters. And we'll set this aside. Now, I'm going to assume that, let's see how this works. must place a backup plan and must use backup skill in this slot this turn. Yeah, so I'm gonna my understanding of that is gonna be I could place it and use it for the 6th, which will give us our ornate +1. So we'll flip him over. And boom, boom, boom. And then we still have 1 that we can place. That's my understanding of that. Then the monkey goes. He's going to take his 1 from the bleed. Then he's going to roll his attack die against us. And he rolls a bone, which is not good. Means he's untargetable the next round. That ends the round. We go to round number 6, or starting the fatigue rounds. So this is where we start. This is the part that makes Gasket tough, because if you don't kill him in the first set of normal rounds, then it's going to be a little bit more tricky. So start a turn, bleed, poison, stanza songs, things like that happen. Fatigue is going to happen. Oh, that's the battle sequence. Sorry. Start of the round. Yep, fatigue happens. So we're going to take 1. It's actually going to work out, but still sucks. We're going to take 1. The monkey's going to take 1. Actually, it doesn't. We're going to be able to heal. It's going to be fine. Then we get to go. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. But we'll roll the required 2 attack and 2 defense, because that's really all we can do. Alright, and boom, roll it. So we get 2 more defense. Warding off this monkey. We did 2 damage to the monkey, so that removes his defense die. Then we have to use that this round, but before we do that, we're going to use a power converter to heal like that. Then we're going to take this yeah. So then we're going to discard this to max that baby out to 3. And then we have to use hotfix. Like I said, it's really academic at this point to do that. Then we go to the baddie turn, and it does its start of turn effects, which is going to be bleed, which is the final for it. And it has been defeated. And that's the 1-pointer, so we'll put you right there. This comes off. That completes the encounter. There's nothing at the end of the turn, because that was the end of the turn on the board. So we were victorious. All right, cool. So what do we get? Let's remind ourselves what we get. And by remind ourselves, I mean also remind me. We're going to get 2 training, a loot, and a progress. That gives us 4 of the 7 progress we need to fight a vol'kesh. So that's good. Let's go ahead and clear out the rest of our mat. Hydra there. Just remember, we get 2 training points. So we'll go ahead and draw the loot. Not that it really matters. A simple snare. During an opponent's unit turn, that after that unit moves 1 position, use this to cancel remaining movement. 2 uses. Very, very handy. But not for us, because we can't use it. So, all right. Let me think about what we're going to give Gasket, and I'll be right back. All right, so what I've decided to do is to take another canister. And the reason I decided to do that was a lot for this Blitz die right here. So what this does is, if, for example, and I'll just use a couple of these, we roll Blitz, it does energy arc, and energy arc, I'll just show you on a sheet, is right here. Ooh, sorry. You can't see that well. Oh, wow. That's going to be not helpful. Well, just disregard that down there. Oh man, it's took a show. Anyway, it's going to do some damage to this unit, and then it's also going to do that same amount of damage to any unit adjacent to this. So it's a good way to spread some damage out, and especially if I rolled like cut. Let's say I was like this. I rolled cut and blitz. Cut's going to put a bleed effect die on both of these guys and do damage to both of these guys. So, kind of situational, I suppose, in a way, but definitely helpful in a lot of ways, potentially. So that's what we're going to go with. That is our loot. That is our training points. We're going to do the end of the day. We don't need to rest and recover, trade for loot, or anything like that. So we're just going to search, or scout, excuse me. We can scout with a 1. We get, oh my God, are you serious? Another monkey. How jacked up is that? That is just not right. But it's what we got. And that's what I've got for you in this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. I am the Board Game Roamer, and I will see you, ladies and gentlemen, in the next video. Bye, guys.